Hello and welcome back to The Gary Show, where I tell you great stories and you all listen to what I have to say, or you just pretend. But today, what we're going to be talking about is I'm going to be telling you some scary stories that will apparently you won't be able to go to bed tonight. Well, before we get started, I am not a good storyteller, so this won't be as great. So, kick back, relax, and enjoy. Starting off with number one is the name of this one is called You Need to Go Outside. Alright, before we get started on this, I would just want to say, why would I want to go outside if I know there's something scary out there? I'm going to stay inside and stay in my room and play video games or read a book or something. Not go outside in the dark. Alright, so I'm going to start it off. I do not know how long this will be, so just bear with me and just listen. You don't even have to really watch. It's just basically just listen. Thank you so much. Alright, let's get started. You need to go outside. Sorry about that. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And alright, you need to go outside. I used to live in a house that backs up to a big public open space where there are hiking trails. Lots of joggers and people walking their dogs. Anyway, one night I had a kind of creepy dream that an old lady came into my room and was trying to get me to come outside. The dream woke me up, so I got some water and turned off my fan because it was cold, and then I fell asleep again. I went right back into the same dream with this old lady coming in my room and calmly saying, "You have to go outside now." I kept telling her no, it was too cold. I woke up again and my fan was on. I figured I must have just thought I turned it off or that bottom got stuck, so I got up. Button got stuck, so I got up. Turned the fan off and went back to sleep. This time, I had the same exact dream, except she was much older looking, and this one was really agitated. She was yelling, "Go outside! You must go outside!" I got up in the dream. I got up in the dream and followed her to the hallway. When I got to the hallway, she wasn't there, and then I woke up, and I was actually standing in the hallway. I have never ever walked around in my sleep before or after this. Also, my fan was on when I went back to my room. At this point, I was freaked out. So I got something to eat and watched TV for a couple of hours. I went back to bed around 5 or 6 and that dream didn't come back. The freaky part is a couple of days later I saw that there were police cars in the open space, and when I asked my mom what happened, she said they had found an older woman who was reported missing a few days before. Guys, this is scaring me just reading it. I feel like there's someone in here with me right now. Chills, chills. Um, she must have had a heart attack or a stroke or something. On the trail by my house, and they have found the body. All right, that was You Must Go Outside. No, it don't stop here. There's more. All right, this one's probably gonna sound creepy, but I know I'm not gonna use my fan tonight. I probably won't go to bed tonight because that was honestly scary. Um, but my YouTube channel is based off vlogs and scary stuff and a little bit of fun things at the end. So give this a like because, guys, I'm scared. I don't know if I want to read this next one. This one's called The Little Girl on the Tricycle. Before I get started, guys, just reading that title makes chills go down my back. I'm scared. I feel like there's someone watching me. but there's not. It's just all in my head. So I will be right back, and maybe I'll have a special guest sitting right here with me that maybe want to join in with me. If he does, if not, then I'm reading it by myself. But hopefully he does. So I'll be right back. Alright, guys. So he'll be here in a minute. He may not want to do this because he's not a big fan of scary stuff. Neither am I. But so I may read this one by myself. So just waiting for a little delay, and then we're gonna go back to story time. Sorry about that. Alright, let's get started. I'll just go ahead and start reading it. This one is called The Little Girl on the Tricycle. I was driving home from work one night when I saw a little girl on a tricycle riding across the street and into some woods that drop off into a creek. I brake and skid to avoid her and walk to where I thought she fell. I see no one, and a cop pulls up to me and asks me, "What am I doing?" I tell him he was the person I needed. I was still in my security uniform. And tell him that I saw a little girl riding her tricycle across the street heading into the area where it dropped off. He then tells me right away that I see what some other drivers here see. It was more than 40 years ago. A child was killed riding her tricycle across the section of the road. Others have seen her multiple times, sometimes walking, other times on her tricycle. After some construction brought change to that section of the road with expansions and barriers, the sightings all ceased. That was scary, and I thought I was seeing something over there, but it's just messing with me. Alright, so the next one is Two Large Knocks. And the picture looks creepy as heck, so bear with me. And I'm not really good at reading, as you can tell. I do mess up every now and then, but I'm trying. This one's Two Large Knocks, so get you some popcorn, a drink, sit back, relax, and listen to this scary tale. This is only part 1 of the Gary Schroes reading scary stories. It'll be part 2 and maybe part 3, but part 2. So let's get started. What's the name of this one? Two Large Knocks. When I was young, I used to stay at my grandparents' house. They had a walk-in attic, which I was absolutely petrified of. If you don't know what petrified means, look it up. It basically means scared. And of course, I had to sleep in the room just past the walk in the attic. The house was out in the countryside. It was so quiet you could always hear if anyone else was still up. I used to have real trouble getting to sleep and would often wake up in the middle of the night afraid to move, so I would just lie still. I do that sometimes, guys, because I'm scared of the dark. Don't judge. Just kidding, I don't care. Anyway, one night about 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock a.m. Ooh, yeah, guys, I would be scared then. I woke up and I was feeling brave. I was going to get over the stupid fear of the dark, so I whispered under my breath, "If anything is there, please tell me." Almost instantly, there was 2 large knocks on my bedroom door. I never asked again. What would you do? Question of the day in this video. What would you do if you woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, between 4 and 3, and you was feeling all brave, thought you had big old balls, that you want to ask somebody that's not there on the other side of your bedroom door, "If anyone's there, please tell me," and then bam, you get 2 large knocks on your door. I want you to tell me what would you do? How would you react? Think about that. Think about it. Would you be scared or would you just absolutely? I'll tell you what I do, guys. If I was laying here in bed and I asked who's there and I heard two large guys, I would have a heart attack. I wouldn't be here anymore. You wouldn't be seeing horrible videos of me anymore, which some of you might like, but don't question the dead. I would absolutely shit myself. I would be dead. And also, 3 a.m. What's also scary about that is it's also Devil's Hour. Devil's Hour. So, I don't like waking up at that time. And my 3 a.m. challenges, the Ouija board. Some of you may say that was fake, but trust me, that was not fake. That was something was in my room, and I destroyed it, and I haven't seen the board since. So that's good on my hands, and I hope I don't see it. Then I did the Charlie Charlie challenge at 3 in the morning. I've already been told that it was fake, so I'm gonna redo it, so I can prove to you that's not fake. And then what was the doll? And then I did the 3 a.m. challenge with one man in the seat. That was scary. Sorry, that was my friend. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, one behind the seat. The doll actually moved. I was actually scared, but at the end of the video where it appeared on my dresser, I wanted to make it dramatic. So I cut the video, put it there, turn the light off, cut the video again. But I poured the salt water on it beforehand, and then I did it again just to do it. So that end of the section was fake, but when everything else was in it with the light turned on and stuff, no, that was real. Never again. Don't worry, Sam's gonna be okay. So this is number 4. This is probably gonna be the last one for tonight. This one, no one wants to live upstairs. I don't want to live upstairs. I want to live downstairs. All right, so no one wants to live no one wants to live upstairs. All right. This happened when I stopped by my friend's house for dinner. They lived in a 3-story house, but their landlord rented out the 3rd floor. I had to use the bathroom upstairs because the downstairs one was being used. And while I was in there, I heard footsteps upstairs. It sounded more like a little kid running. I shrugged it off and figured it was just the upstairs neighbors. After dinner, I asked about them, if they have kids, how long have they lived here, etc. And she looked at me kind of weird and said they haven't had neighbors upstairs for a really long time. So I kind of freaked out and told her I heard something running, and she was like, "Oh yeah, our house is haunted. Ooh, instantly moving out right now, never coming back. The previous guy that lived here hung himself in the backyard and killed his family on the 3rd floor. No one wants to live up there." Alright, so someone told you, oh, the next one's freaky, guys, and that one's saved for tomorrow night. So, never live in a house with 3 stories, and if I was ever told that there was a man killed his family in the 3rd bedroom upstairs and hung himself in the back door, yeah, I would be terrified. I would instantly move out, and I'm thinking about reading this last one, so 5, 5, 5, not 4, 4, 4, 4, but guys, how would you react to that? I would honestly want to move right then and there. I would not be up at 3 o'clock in the morning during that time period. Alright, so let's read the last one. This is number 5, and this one's called The Truck Stop. Now, if you've ever seen any movies, like, what's that movie called? Truck Stop. That's what it reminds me of. So, I haven't read any of these yet, by the way. The one, and then at the end of the video I'm gonna tell you which one I thought was scariest in my opinion. Y'all can tell me that too if you want, or you can just keep it to yourself. I like to apologize for my horrible reading skills. Alright, so this is the truck stop. And there's thunderstorms running, so I'm trying to hurry up and get this done before it starts thundering. This is an experience my sister, her husband, and I had about 20 years ago. We were driving back to our house one night, going just past a truck stop when an old man stepped out in front of us. Her husband was driving, slammed on the brakes, and we all started freaking out because the old man had disappeared. My sister and her husband jumped out, thinking they just killed the man. But there's nothing there. Cops come along and a few truckers wander over and tell us that it's an almost weekly occurrence. Apparently there's been an old man who lived and later died in the house across the road who used to go over to check his chickens every night before bed. That scared me, guys. Yeah. The chicken coop had been torn down years before when they built the truck stop. When they tore down the house a few years after that to make way for the heavy equipment dealership, the sightings stopped. So basically, that was scary. That's 5. That was 5 stories, and I'm sorry, because I'm also thinking in the process, because I feel like I'm being watched right now, so I'm trying to hurry up in this video, get out of my room, and come back in here later tonight. But, so, guys, thanks for watching, subscribe, leave a like if you like this, and be ready for part 2 tomorrow, and thank you so much.